Okay, so I've had one too many women tell me that they think they're ugly, and this self criticism, this negative self talk, and self sabotage, it really has to stop. Ladies, we are in 2026. The divine feminine is on the rise. It is time for our women to tap in so that we can increase the frequency of the planet and drive evolution forward. So if you have been calling yourself ugly, telling yourself you're too fat, you're too dark, you're too light, or you're just not happy with where you're at in your life, then girl, this video is for you. If you don't know who I am, my name is Zeta Monroe. Welcome or welcome back. I am passionate about helping women rebuild healthier relationships with themselves so that you can walk in your most comfortable, cozy, and authentic self. I wish that someone would have told me when I was younger, edified me, and helped me understand my own self worth. And it took me many years to outgrow that mindset of unworthiness and just feel good about the woman that I am and who I was always meant to be. So if I can do that, even just for one woman, I'm here for it. But let's get into this video. Okay, girl, so let me tell you, I was you. Okay, I was probably insecure before I even knew what insecure really meant or what it was. Okay, because by the time I was about 6 or 7, I had already learned that I wasn't good enough. First of all, it was not a beauty trend to be this dark skinned black girl in the 90s with a just for me perm, hair constantly breaking out, being damaged, and all of that, and always just a little bit thicker than the rest. That was not considered beautiful, especially in my family, who was still overcoming the remnants of that slavery mindset, that light versus dark, good hair versus bad hair. I always felt like I had to do a little bit more or a lot to be noticed or to get attention. What was beautiful in my family was light skin, long curly hair, and being skinny. Okay, it just wasn't me. And somehow I was always compared to my siblings, to my cousins, and being matched up with them, it just didn't work. I either had to be getting good grades or be good at something like dancing or singing, something entertaining, or just have something going on. I couldn't just rest in my pretty and be noticed or get attention and like, oh, she's so cute. Yeah, no, I didn't have that. So that was one battle. Then, on top of that, being this young black girl being sent to a predominantly white school to get a better education, I quickly learned that my lifestyle was definitely not like theirs either. Okay, I went to school with rich kids. I'm gonna just call it what it is. Okay, they were coming to school in Hummers, Mercedes, even limos. I had a really good friend whose father owned a limo business, so he drove her to school every day in a limo. Yeah, that was definitely not my life either. And even though they were my really good friends, and there was like maybe a handful of black kids like me at the school, um, I knew that our lives were very different. And I so idolized them. I wanted to be like them. I wanted to have that life. I even wanted hair like them. It just seemed like life was just so easy for them. And going back home just felt limiting as well because I didn't really fit in there either. I just learned how to adapt and how to survive. And even though I was a very sensitive kid, I had to just put on a shield, put on a mask, and act like everything was okay. And I did that for so long that I took on that identity, that survival mode identity. And I ended up learning to use my body as an offering of love because I felt like that was all that I had to give. I didn't have the pretty. And sometimes I didn't feel like I had the smarts, even though I was very smart. I'm not going to say that. But I did feel like I didn't have much to give. So my body was my offering of love, and sex became my love language. And it took many years of going through this vicious cycle of hating myself, hating my looks, and just trying to make do with what I had, that it put me in some very unhealthy and even painful situations and relationships. It took me through not only the self abuse that I was imposing on myself, but also abusive relationships, toxic relationships, narcissistic. I mean, you name it. I probably had everything under the sun, honey. But I realized it wasn't the people, it wasn't my upbringing. It was my own perception of myself, my own self image that I was holding because I had put so much focus and attention on what everybody else thought and what everybody else wanted and who they wanted me to be, that my relationship with myself had become so sparse. It was damn near non-existent. I forgot that I create my life. And my looks, my body, my smile, my character, my personality was uniquely designed on purpose. You see, nothing about you was created by mistake. And it was meant for you to go through these experiences just for you to have this confirmation that I'm giving to you right now, that you are beautiful inside and out, and you were designed on purpose. You are a goddess, a god, a creator. And it was meant for us to forget so that way we could play this game with so much more conviction, so much more power. And if you were like me going through this situation, it doesn't matter if you're white, black, blue, green, red, it really doesn't matter. If you went through all of that turmoil just to come to this realization that you are a god or a goddess, whatever you want to call yourself, you are a creator and you have that power. So what happened was your frequency was dimmed down. Your nervous system was operating at that dim setting. You know those lights where you can turn down the setting to dim or you can brighten it back up? You were just turned down. But honey, that light is still there. So it's time to turn that setting right back up to radiant. And it's time for you to outgrow this survival identity and step into owning yourself, owning responsibility for taking care of yourself wholeheartedly, setting healthy boundaries, choosing who belongs in your picture, in your story at this time. If they're not healthy, that's just a remnant of your past. So if they're in your life and you know who I'm talking about. If people are in your life and they don't deserve that space, it's just a reflection of who you thought you were, who you really are not. As you step into yourself and start owning every single feature on your face, because this is the vehicle that your soul chose to walk into, to share that light, to share that grace and all that you've grown through, so that other people can learn how to step out of that darkness, out of that chaotic conditioning into being the gods and creators that you were already born to be. So this video serves as a reminder of who you really are, and it is time to get to know yourself. It is time to become that childlike girl that you were before everybody put their impressions on you and stopped you in your tracks and made you second guess yourself. It is time for you to rebuild your life just like that little girl who used to play with her dollies in her dollhouse and say, I want this and I'm going to marry him. And it's time to go back to being childlike and redesigning your life. And I'm here for it, and I'm here to help you do that. And in my next video, we're going to go over the blueprints that may have been holding you back so that way you can sweep them out your nervous system, get it out for good, and really redirect your attraction, your frequency, and who you are becoming. So, If you are here for these conversations, honey, go ahead and subscribe and share this video with a woman who may be beating herself up or criticizing herself and just feeling really bad or feeling down about who she is at this point in her life. Go ahead and share this with her. Let her know that if she is alive at this time, it is not for no reason. Let her know that it is not too late to start over. I don't care who you were yesterday. And you hold the key to redesigning your whole infrastructure of your life. I'm happy for you. I'm very excited. Go ahead and join our Facebook group. It is still slowly growing, but we are building a community, a sisterhood over here where we can share with one another and grow with each other and build a community of love and light as we radiate our gifts, our skills, and just our greatness with each other and the rest of the world. So, with that being said, I love you guys. I want you to stay beautiful, stay blessed, and authentically you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.